Yes, I do have something to tell you. See, your father, before he died, gave me these 2 letters. If the family had all come together and shared everything, this would have been the letter for them. But that didn't happen. He suspected that you would be the one to choose his photograph. This letter is for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It seems that the jewelries were fake, actually.
Yeah, no, he told me.
He's totally my father. But, what is this all about?
Your father was a very wealthy man. He had a lot of property and investments in America. And they're now all yours. You are a very wealthy young woman.
Oh.
What do you think you'll do with it all?
I think I'll do the right thing.
I've heard a knock on the door. Huh? It was a bit late for callers, but she answered anyway. As she opened the door, she couldn't believe her eyes, as Iva looked upon a face that she hadn't seen for 40 years. Iva wasn't quite prepared for the cold steel blade that was plunged straight through her heart.
Jesus, what in the name of Ryan Tuberty's bulbous eyes is going on? Why would her friend stab her in the heart?
She wasn't her friend at all. There before Iva stood Commandant Bitch Slap, the tyrannical governor of the prison camp. Well, inmate 7625. I told you there was no escape.
It's actually been 50 years since they made gay marriage legal, and nearly 20 years since they outlawed heterosexual marriage. My poor George, if he was alive today, he would be turning in his grave, Carol.
Mom, stop being melodramatic. I mean, even the Pope's come out in favour of gay marriage now.
That's right. Just after the emergency meeting with the UN on overpopulation. Finally came to his senses. You see, with gay marriage, we don't need birth control.
You know, I was only 18 when I had you, Carol. And in my day, anybody who wanted to could have a child.
Yeah, well, we didn't have rising sea levels, clean water shortages, and about 15 billion people on the planet then either. Some billion or so were even starving to death when we introduced the new laws.
I know, Johnny, you always say that, but I just can't see why we need test tube babies and baby farms when a child could have a real mother and a father. And this idea of having to have a license to have a child?
I think that's a good idea. I mean, you have to have a license to get a dog. I mean, you can have a child and be completely incompetent as a parent, as long as you're het, of course.
The salad is lovely, baby. What dressing did you use?
Oh, I just, threw it together. Speaking of hets, do you get many coming into the clinic for readjustment?
Just 1 or 2, not many these days.
I'm heterosexual. Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. Don't be silly. You're celibate. And that's okay. Especially at your age.
I saw in the paper the other day where 2 hets, a man and a woman, were arrested for holding hands in the street. It's disgusting. Kissing next. Hope they just throw them in the bottom of a jail somewhere. In separate jails, of course.
I get it now. Gay is the new straight. Hmm?
She keeps saying he's in the car, under the bed, down by the river. But my husband won't take it seriously at all.
Let's see what the tarot cards have to tell us. Just put a small donation in there. Whatever you can afford is fine.
Of course.
Just cut the deck. Okay. I see a child, an innocent child, It could be your daughter, or it could be the child she's seeing. Oh my God, there's been a terrible murder. That means the child is probably dead, and it's coming to your child as a spirit. And there's a dark spirit here, another spirit, a very dark demonic spirit here. It could be the murderer. It could be this spirit coming to your child is coming to warn your child. But it could be the child is possessed by this darker spirit, but there are definitely two spirits here. We have to find out if it's attached to your child or attached to the house. What do you know about the history of Laburnum Cottage?
Nothing. The cottage hasn't been lived in for a while.
You need to find out. You need to find out if there was a death in the cottage of a child or a drowning in the river.
Okay.
Find out what you can and then come back to me.
I will. Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye.
And be careful.
Folks, who goes there?
We are three wise kings come from the east.
3 wise kings? How can you be 3 wise kings when there's only 2 of you?
Well, there are 3 of us, only they wouldn't let Anthony through the last checkpoint back there.
Why? Where are you from?
We're from the east, back there somewhere. To tell you the truth, we're a little bit lost. We're following that star over there. Perhaps you know a riddle. Tell us a riddle.
I don't know any.
Well, I have one. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I think I can guess that.
Do you mean to say that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Well, then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know?
Oh, no, it
No,
isn't.
it
It isn't. That's not the same thing at all. You might as well say that I see what I eat is the same as I eat what I see.
You might as well say that I like what I get. It's the same thing as I get what I like.
And you just might as well say I breathe when I sleep. It's the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
Well, it is the same thing for you, Dormouse. What day of the month is it?
The 29th of August.
I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.